Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At his penthouse, Nate explains to Audra that Damien and Amy made some progress. The wounds still need to be healed, but they hugged and he agreed to see her again. When he saw him at the club later, it seemed like he'd softened to his mother. That's a relief to Audra, who is very happy for Amy. They hope she will stick around. Nate's also convinced her to let another doctor look at her medical records. It's time for them to think positive thoughts. Audra says that without him, Damien and Amy may never have re-established their relationship. Hastings thinks she deserves some credit for that too. He suspects that whatever Audra said to Holden inspired him to urge Damien to give his mother a chance. She's reluctant to take credit. They mull over what could be delaying Damien's departure and whether that has to do with his mom or his brotherly connection. Audra suspects it is a woman and Nate guesses it's Lily. He saw her with his half-brother at the club. Maybe it's his cousin he needs to thank, they said, and Audra says they don't know for sure that it's Lily. Nate sensed a vibe between her and Damien. If that's what it takes to make him stick around, he's grateful for it. Shifting, he brings up how taken Holden was with Audra. He couldn't take his eyes off her. There's something you should know about Holden and me, she admits. Nate braces himself, but she assures him it's not that bad. When Holden first arrived, she recognized him. They knew each other years ago when she was in LA with Tucker. She was so surprised to see him again that she didn't say anything. This confuses Nate, so she explains that she always knew Holden by that name. Meeting him as Damien was disorienting and made her question who he really was. Audra admits they went on a few dates, but it was nothing serious. Says Nate, wondering if that's all. She explains Holden helped her out of a dangerous situation Tucker landed her in with some ungentlemanly producers. She can hold her own, but Holden backed her up. Nate still wonders why she didn't tell him the truth about Holden immediately. Audra insists she has nothing else to hide. That sets him off pacing and sighing. She admits that Holden reminded her of her time with Tucker, and that's not a good memory. Audra hoped Holden would leave, and she wouldn't have to deal with him again. Nate admits this makes sense. She's sorry she wasn't upfront, and regrets how she handled this. Can he forgive her? Can she fix this? She's shocked and confused when he hugs her. Nate's sorry about what happened to her, and that seeing Holden brought it back. He just wishes she'd told him the truth. Nate wants her to trust him. The past is the past, and her connection to Holden doesn't bother him. She swears there's nothing else he needs to know. They kiss. At the old ranch house, Adam plays chess by himself. As he stares at the board, he recalls the dream he had of Chelsea, telling him she was falling for him again. Chelsea interrupts and asks if he's playing against himself. She wonders if she needs to learn how to play, and then explains that Connor conned her into taking the day off so he can go ice skating. They talk about how their son can make them do anything. He's hard to resist. They chuckle about how he always manages to get his way, and even got her to watch Rudy last night. After some teasing about how they sniffled through it, Chelsea admits that moving in has been good. She had her doubts, but their son is thriving. Adam is sure that having immediate access to both of his parents is good for him. Once Adam gets them some coffee, he asks how Chelsea is adjusting to living there. She admits she's at ease, and it's feeling like home. At first, she was worried everything would remind her of Victor, but it doesn't. Actually, it's peaceful there, and she doesn't see his family much. She's settled, and the place feels like it's theirs. He adds it's their own little world. That's how their son seems to see it. Chelsea observes that Adam has seemed off for the past few days. Putting down his coffee, he explains he needs to be honest about how he's feeling. He thought moving in with her would be fine, but it's difficult for him. He loves having her there with their son. But having her there is also making it hard for him to fight falling back in love with her. Fidgeting, Chelsea admits she wasn't expecting him to say that after making it clear he doesn't want to pressure her. Adam admits a dream shook him. In the dream, Chelsea said she thought they should try again. He's sure that is just wishful thinking on his part. Chelsea suggests they make some new boundaries, but he doesn't want her to wall herself off. He wants them to continue as they have been, and he wants them to be completely honest. Chelsea confesses that being with Adam has brought up good and bad memories. Mostly, it has reminded her of when they were in love. He remembers they had some good times. She recalls him helping her study for her GED, nursing Connor's cat, and watching The Outsiders. Waking up in his arms was good too. Adam remembers when he proposed to her in the rain, and they were married at his mom's farm. They were so happy then. Sniffling, Chelsea admits she wants that happiness again, even if the bad memories come crashing back. Adam doesn't want to push but asks if she's changed her mind about them. As she wipes away a tear, he takes her hand and asks if it would be so bad for them to try again. Sighing, Chelsea admits she has thought about it. Her knee-jerk reaction is that it would be bad. But there's also a voice in her head that wonders if it could work. They would have to be so careful and take it so slow. Adam suggests that they start with something non-threatening like dinner alone. "I'd like that," she says, smiling. Piso Woodhennick walks into Crimson Lights and meets with Mariah, who is finishing up some work. He explains he was supposed to meet with Sharon, but hasn't heard back from her. As they sit together, she shows him pictures on her phone of the various Valentine's Day outfits that Aria was wearing. Nick tries calling Sharon again, but gets voicemail. Mariah realizes she hasn't heard from her mom in a day or more, so she calls the office. They haven't heard from her either. Chance arrives and listens in. He asks if something is going on with Sharon, adding that Phyllis also seems to have gone missing. Nick explains Summer called him with her concerns. The cop can understand why Summer and Daniel are worried after all that's been going on. Nick walks off to call ranch security to check in. They haven't seen Sharon either. Mariah tries not to panic. The detective wonders if this is connected to Phyllis' disappearance. Summer jogs into the athletic club to meet with her brother. Neither of them have had any luck finding their mom. They have only been getting voicemail, and she didn't show up for breakfast. She's spoken with the staff, but no one has seen her, and he's called clinics and emergency rooms without luck. Summer says they can't ignore that something serious might have happened to their mom. As they sit at the bar, they try to calm down and think about where their mom would go. Phyllis had no reason to bolt while things were going well for her again. Daniel reminds his sister of their mom's talent for bad choices. Summer doesn't want to hear about that and really can't see her disappearing on them again right now. Chance calls Daniel and asks him to come to Crimson Lights with his sister. Back at Crimson Lights, Maria speculates on where her mom could have gone. Nick would prefer to keep Faith out of this because she's away, and he doesn't want her to be worried until it's necessary. Chance says it will help if they compare notes with Daniel and Summer. When Phyllis' children arrive, the 5 of them share what they know about the missing women. This all seems too weird to be a coincidence to Nick. Maria wonders if one of the missing parties didn't go willingly, and notes that Phyllis' hate of her mom is strong enough to topple buildings. Summer reminds her about Sharon dumping Heather in the river. Daniel asks everyone to relax and prompts Chance for his opinion. The cop thinks they need to be civil and pool all they know. Immediately, Summer and Mariah start bickering about their moms. Daniel explains that Phyllis was optimistic after getting her new job with Billy. Nick prods everyone to agree they all want to find the Twawoman. Chance summarizes the last time any of them saw them. Maria and Summer continue needling each other about their mom's bad behavior. It's finally established that no one saw them cross paths in the last couple of days. How is it possible for Sharon and Phyllis to just vanish? Mariah wonders. Phyllis and Sharon are seen laying on the floor of a basement apartment. Both are